Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So unfortunately, this video series is not off to a really good start. So these sets of videos take a lot of time, and unfortunately, not that many people are watching. And then also, for some reason, these videos are like the most downvoted. So it's very unlikely this will continue unless by some miracle a lot of people watch this one. So as I'm recording this is after the close of February 9th. And YieldMax has a lot of ETFs, but which ones are worth your money? And I really wish this series would have continued because there's a lot of interesting ideas in here, such as like the Sizzle index. It measures like the option trading activity versus the 5-day average. It solves a few problems. It's been around for a while, and I really wanted to show like the value at risk stress testing. Um, Again, this is just like a last ditch effort because I'm actually at a loss at why this video series is such a flop. Because this is the ingredient of like future alpha, and I was planning to do like more videos that build on top of like the series. So I'm gonna have to figure out like a way to maybe see if I can repurpose some of this information, or maybe I can just like keep it for myself, and then maybe share like the results later, because I expect to be like some nice money to be made. But unfortunately, people don't want it, so nothing I can do here. So ARKK, as you can see for the week, unfortunately the short call it didn't do well, at least for this week. But overall, this is still good for like the long call, and then the short put over here, it's going in the right direction. And the 52-week like IV high and lows between 62 and 28, and the implied volatility is kind of in the middle-ish, 40, and then you can see total volume pretty healthy. The Sizzle index, definitely this is good, like 1.73. So that for some reason, I guess like people are maybe going risk on again. So that's why the Sizzle index at 1.73 is higher than the 5-day average. Unfortunately, at the time of this recording, like this position is down about 300K, but that's just probably because like the short call, well, as you can see, it was a 47.5 strike, and like the price closed above that. So hopefully in the next week, this one will recover. And let's just take a look at OARK to see if anybody's trading the options there. And wow, only 8 options. So yeah, that's pretty bad. And there's still a index below zero point 0.5, so not good there. So let's move on to the Apple stuff. All right. So the Apple stuff, like this is good. Like you can see by like they try to do like the split strikes over here. So 190, 192.5. Let me switch over to the ticker symbol. So as you can see, this is good. Like they made a little bit of money on the short call. So expired pretty much worthless. Same thing with the other one. And let's see the 52-week implied volatility between 34 and 13. And right now the implied volatility is at about 19. So again, it's kind of on the lower side. And the Sizzle index also, it's not that healthy. It's below the 5-day average. And let's just take a look at our friend Apple over here. Okay, so that's a pretty minor loss, all things considering. It's probably because like the long call didn't appreciate as much. So let's see, 188 versus 190. Oh, well, no, I mean it's only like a minor loss, and then they could still make it up in time for because like it's the March 15th expiration cycle, so the next round of covered calls should hopefully help this position. And then let's now take a look at our friend NVDY over here. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just see if wow, nobody's trading APLY, the ETF itself. Oh, that's a shame. I hope people aren't giving up on the YieldMax products. It's just because Tesla is not performing well doesn't mean you can. Well, I mean, I guess it's up to people. People can do whatever they want with their money. So let's take a look at the NVDY guys. Oh wow, this is crazy. Like NVIDIA went way past like the short call. But that means like the long call is doing well and the of course like the short put is also doing well. So the implied volatility between 83 and 18 for the year. And it's kinda no, I would probably say like on the highish side. So and then also like the Sizzle index, this is a good sign. It's above like the 5-day average. Yeah, that's kind of a shame. Like it's still down. This position is down about 500,000. But that again, the short call. It, I mean, this is pretty nuts. Like it's way past like the short call. But that means like the long call, it still retains or at least like holding its value. So again, hopefully the next like round of like covered calls don't make up for it. And let's just see what NVDY. Okay, so this is good. Like at least like there's some. I mean, it's not enough, but like as you can see, the Sizzle index for like the NVIDIA like position is also like 0.43, so less than half of like what it normally trades at. So in the past, I've sold like short puts on this ETF, and it was kind of like mixed success. Like I made some little bit of money, but I never got a sign. So I guess that's in a way that's a good thing. So let's just move on to Amazon over here. Yeah, so this one also like they went way past like the original short strike, and then over here, okay, so they actually like rolled it up, so 175, 170, and 177.5. So they made some money on like these roll up calls. Uh, sorry about this. This is kind of kind of finicky sometimes. So let's take a look at Amazon. Okay, so all right, so between like the 52-week high and low between 51 and 16, so it's kind of in the middle-ish, and it's good to see like the Sizzle index is like 1.3, so it's above like the 5-day average. And let's just for fun, let's go to AMZY. All right, so there's at least like some option activities on the ETF itself, but like this is pretty abysmal. Like it's like point 0.2. Sorry about this. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, again, I'm kind of surprised. Like it's down some money, but again, when went past like those short strikes, for like the original, so like at least they recovered some of that money through like the roll ups. And well, so that means like the long call and the short put they're going in the right direction. So they're still going to retain some value until like the next round of like covered calls. And let's move on to Facebook. I mean, this was another pretty crazy one for Meta. So let's just take a look here. I'm sorry, guys. I keep going to FB because that was the original ticker symbol. So let's take a look at Meta over here. So same thing. They also had like a few roll-ups. So let's see. The originally, yeah. So originally it was 420, and then like it just went way past that, and then Meta over here. So at least like the roll-up, they made some money on that. So that means like the so let's see 480. Oh, okay. So they also rolled up the long call and the short put as well. So there should be some time for them, like just in case like it goes in another tear, this position could do well. But unfortunately, right now, I'm I'm guessing they probably down some money on this position. Yeah, so it's unfortunately down on the position. They made some money on like this particular short call, but they also lost a little bit money on like the new long call and the new short put. So unfortunately, there's like bad timing on the times of like the rolls. So okay, so let's see. So for Meta, it's between 56 and 14 for like the implied volatility, and then the implied volatility oh, that's actually kind of surprising. Right now, it's kind of in the middle-ish, and then I'm actually surprised too for the Sizzle index. I guess like after such a long run, like people are probably taking the profits. So for the 5-day average, it's actually below. I'm curious to see what the let's see what the underlying ETF. Yeah, that's kind of weak volume on these ETFs. But in a way, this is good. Like it means like there's opportunity for like other people to kind of jump in. Like while the other YieldMax ETFs are more flashy, this is probably one of those guys like that goes under the radar. And then the Sizzle index again, it's a little weak for the under actual ETF itself. So it's 0.57. And let's just wrap this up at GUI or Google. Again, I apologize, but I did warn people that I guess like this type of analysis isn't that exciting for people. But I think it's still important. I guess like even if I don't do this on YouTube, I think find a way to kind of look at your own positions, and because this is very important, just to kind of like track like your own like personal positions if you happen to own like any of these ETFs. Okay, so Google, all right, so 144 and 143. Oh, okay, so unfortunately they lost money on the short calls, and then the long call. Well, okay, so at least it's kind of going in the right direction. Same thing for the short put. So the implied volatility here is 0.48 and 0.16. So implied right now is at 23. So it's looks like it kind of calmed down a bit too. So the Sizzle index, that's good to see like some good volume in here. Like it's 1.5, so more than like the 5-day average. And then unfortunately, this one is also down like for the week, at least like the open P&L. Again, because like the short calls like didn't help really. But at least like they maintain like the long call and the short put. So in the next round of like cover calls, hopefully they'll be able to recover some of that. Okay, so let's just wrap things up with I guess this might be some good news for some people. So the Proshares, I think originally one of the I I'm thinking it's a subscriber or viewer. I forget his name. I think it's like living on high yield or something like that. Originally mentioned that the pro shares is kind of like the triple Q version of like the iSpy. It was supposed to come out today, but it looked like they got pushed back because I found something on the SEC. It looked like this is like some type of amendment. So it looks like hopefully it'll be released on February 23rd. But according to this document, I still didn't see any like an expense ratio or a ticker. I'm thinking it'll probably be the same as like iSpy, and it'll probably have like a same distribution date. So crossing our fingers. And what's also interesting, I try to look up like a NASDAQ 100 enhanced covered call maybe like look at index. I couldn't find that one either. So, well, I guess they still have like for 2 weeks. So hopefully they'll come through by then. So, unfortunately, I thought this idea would be interesting, but I guess not. Sorry for anyone that maybe were planning to like realign this. But I'll see if I can like maybe repurpose this somehow. Maybe make it less boring. Yeah, again, I'm sorry about that. But this is why we diversify and we have like other income-based investments like treasuries, dividend risk grants, etc. So if you like this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing. It will really help me out. Uh, Unfortunately, like sometimes, like as you can see with analysis, sometimes like the capital appreciation is all over the place, and the yields definitely won't be consistent week to week. But over time, like by the time like the distributions uh, are about to be announced, hopefully they'll recoup like some of the losses like from this week. Of course, there's no guarantee of profits, and I just want to say to my if I happen to have any Asian viewers, uh, hopefully you have a happy new lunar year, and then also for my I guess American or folks from like the other parts of the world, I hope you have a great weekend. So I plan to watch the Super Bowl this Sunday, so hopefully people are making some good money out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.